Hello people on the internet, my name is Kevin and welcome back to another video. Okay guys, so for today's video, I have my favorite books of 2016 video, and I know you guys are probably all sick of these because these have been literally all over my subscription feed lately. Everyone I know has been uploading these videos, and I am no shame to that bandwagon because I'm clearly hopping onto it right now to show you guys my favorite books. And I also tweeted out a poll yesterday asking you guys which one you'd want to see, and this is the one that won. So here we go. But yes, I'm going to be showing you guys 6 books that were my favorite reads of 2016. I am not putting these into order because honestly that's like Sophie's choice and I don't even know what order I put these in. I have a few that I know are like near the very top, but I just can't choose between them. So I'm just going to show you guys 6 books that I read in 2016 that I thought were my favorite reads of the year, and let's just jump into it and let's share my obsession. But just to point out, a lot of these books didn't actually come out in 2016, I just read them in 2016. So starting off this countdown, we have All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven, and this book made me cry so much. I loved it. It made me feel something. I couldn't stop thinking about it for a while after I read it. And I feel like that is the main reason why I have to include this as like one of my favorite books, because you know, it hit me with the emotions, it stuck with me for a while, and clearly if it does that to you, it deserves to make it into your top list. Do you know what I mean? And if you don't know what this book is about, this book follows a girl named Violet and a boy named Finch. And Finch is standing on the top of his school bell tower and he looks like he's about to jump off it. And Violet basically convinces him to not do it. And then their friendship develops and stuff goes on. And yes, this book made me cry. I loved it. It's also becoming a movie, which I'm gonna probably cry at the movie also. So yes, I love this book. If you haven't read it, I would highly recommend you do because it's just so good. The next book that I have is Coma, or A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas, and this book should be no surprise to anyone, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have this in their favorite books because this book was the shit. I am sorry, this book, this was like a roller coaster of emotions with me, and oh my god, Reese in this book, ultimate bae. And don't get me started about that boy because woo, I could go on for a while. And this boy, I meant to say this book, but I'm just thinking of Reese right now. This book was just amazing. It's such a thick book and oh, so good. I'm so ready for the next book of this series to come out this year, and oh my god, I need more Reese because Reese, I really want to marry him. Like, I'm honestly going to end up on one of those programs where like My Strange Addiction, and it's going to be me like, hi, my name is Kevin Kelly and I am secretly married to a fictional character named Drysand. That is going to be me, guys. I'm telling you right now, that is going to happen in 2017. So if you do not see that on a news report, I have married a fictional character named Reese, and Sarah J Maas is genuinely concerned about my health. Most likely that's going to happen because I will marry this boy because I need him in my life. I need him to be real. I need a movie to be made of this series just so I can see what he looks like, so I can drool over the actor who's going to be playing him. If you haven't read this series, the first book is called A Court of Thorns and Roses, and it follows like a Beauty and the Beast retelling kind of thing. This book is not so much at all like that at all, but it's just, read this series. If you like Sarah J Maas's Throne of Glass series, you're going to love this series even more probably, and the feels are going to hit you just like they hit me, and oh my god, I need the next book. The next book that is in my favorites of 2016 is A Monster's Calls by Patrick Ness, and this is actually one of the books that I read near the end of the year, and also this book made me cry like a madman. I was a mess. I've never seen myself cry so much over a book. I was literally like in gasps while reading this book. I haven't actually seen a movie for this yet. I think I'm going to see it today, so if I am, I'll probably have it on my Snapchat, which is KevinK96 if you want to add me on Snapchat, and you can see that. And yes, oh my god, this book was just so amazing. It's so short, it has beautiful illustrations in it. It's such a heartwarming book, and I don't even want to give you guys a synopsis at all about this book because I knew nothing going into it, and honestly I think that's the best way to go into reading this book. Just know that there's a lot of hype around this book and there's a reason why, because it's just such a beautiful book and it has such an important message behind it, and it's told in such a unique and great way of storytelling, and honestly this book is just so good. I would highly recommend this to anyone. The next book in my top favorite books of 2016 is More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera, because this book also made me cry. Wow, a lot of these books made me cry, and I think that's why they're in my top list, because if it made me cry, that is a really good thing because it made me feel something, and I'm like a robot without a heart. So therefore, if I cried, it must be a good thing. And the main reason why I cried so much reading this book is because this follows like an LGBTQIA plus character, and that is why, because I can relate so much to the character, and that is why I cried so much. It is such an amazing and beautiful book. Adam Silvera's writing is absolutely amazing, and I'm highly anticipating more books by him, especially the one that's coming out this month. I just fell in love with this book and I didn't know anything about it, so I think you guys should do the exact same thing. If you want a recommendation of a book to read from me, I would recommend you read this one. Just let me know if it makes you cry like I did, because just thinking about this book is making me so sad. And the next book that I have in this is Gemini by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This book and this series just blows my mind every time. It gives me severe trust issues. And I always think something's gonna happen, then it doesn't happen, then something else happens, and I'm like, holy shit. I don't even know where to begin to describe what this book is about. It's like a sci-fi based book. The first book follows two characters, and then this book follows two different characters, but they interlink at some point. Blah blah blah, I don't really know how to explain it. It's a sci-fi based book in outer space on spaceships. Such an amazing book, so fast paced, so intense, so much shit goes on and happens. It will blow your mind, you will have trust issues, it will destroy you physically, emotionally, and it's such a roller coaster of a book, and it deserves the top spot. I honestly think this is probably my number one out of all the books, even though I said I wasn't going to pick a rank order, but I think this would be my number one because this book is just amazing, and I'm so excited for the third book in this series to come out later this year, and I'm so ready for it, and I love this book so much. The final book that I have to show in my top books of 2016 is actually probably one that's a bit controversial, and that is Harry Potter and the Cursed Child by John Tiffany, Jack Thorne, and inspired by the story by J.K. Rowling. Now, this is the play Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, which has currently been shown in London, and it follows like Harry Potter characters, but it follows mainly Harry Potter's children, and it's such a beautifully written book. This book brought me back to my love for Harry Potter. I read it in like 4 hours. That's the fastest I've ever read a book in my life, and that's really why I love this book. It brought me back to my childhood of Harry Potter, and I don't care about all the hate this book has, because I went into this book with low expectations and I came out with very high realities of how good this book was. And I've read it like 4 times already. I read it straight away after I finished it. I started it again, and I've never done that with a book, so that is why this has to be in my favourite books, because this book, and I just really want to go see the play as well, because I need to see it. Like, I've seen all the movies, I need to see the play, I need to actually see it because I've read it. I need to actually see how it's portrayed on stage. I think it's going to be even better seeing it than reading it. If you are a Harry Potter fan, I think this is a must read for you. Even if you don't like it, I just think you still need to give it a shot if you're a Harry Potter fan. And I just think this is an amazing book, and I don't understand why it has hate, because I know it has flaws and stuff, but it's my baby, and I'm so happy it exists in the world, and I wish I had more, but I don't, so I love you. Okay guys, so that is it for my favourite books that I read in the year 2016. Let me know down below if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them. What was your favourite read of 2016? I'd love to know down below. But other than that, I will see you guys all in my next video. So goodbye guys!